Hamish Knox from Sandler Training in Calgary here to share with you an alternative to traditional performance management, Part 1. Like a coach in pro sports, your primary function as a manager is to improve the performance of your team. Unfortunately, traditional approaches to performance management may have initial success, but are difficult to sustain. There are 3 types of traditional performance management approaches. Number 1, what did the manager before me do? AKA the hope and pray. Typically used by a manager who is either unprepared to be thrust into a managerial role or told to hold the line by their boss. The problem with this approach is the team will succeed or fail in spite of this manager, not because of them. Number 2, what's the opposite of what the manager before me do? AKA the change agent. Usually used by managers who are brought in to shake things up. The problem with this approach is it assumes the entire team is broken. So this manager loses their C players who can't keep up with the changes they implement, and their A players who feel they're being punished for the failures of their colleagues. And number 3, what did my manager do to me? AKA the doomed to repeat history. As children learn how to behave by watching their parents, future managers learn how to manage by watching their current managers. Now, either this new manager liked how they were managed and mimics their former manager's style, or they disliked how they managed, so they manage opposite to their former manager's style. Now, usually a manager with no previous managerial experience or someone who's in a newly created role, so they can't use approach 1 or 2, will use this approach. The problem with either side is that it doesn't consider the team that this manager currently has. Now, all of these approaches will provide varying degrees of initial success. However, the challenge with sustaining that success is your most valuable asset as a manager is your time. Without a performance management system in place, you will eventually get sucked into a time vortex created by your mid and low performing team members who require constant supervision and retraining. Now in part 2, I'll share with you a 3-part system for performance management that will give you more time in your week and make your team more effective.